friend of mine, Jordan, who plays in my Sunday poker games. He's been watching my channel and listening to golf stories around the poker table. He's kind of decided that he wants to pick up the game and try to give golf a shot. So we're going to be going out to a place called Dude's Clubs in Mayport. It's run by a guy named Joe. They sell used golf clubs. They have literally everything. This place is an amazing warehouse of just like so many golf clubs. It's so much fun to walk around there, which is why some of my camera angles are a little wonky. I'm gonna do the best I can with that. I do apologize in advance, but it was hard for me personally not to just be digging through like barrels of golf clubs, like while also trying to film a video. Like, sorry, it is what it is. Like, the place is amazing. Now, that said, Joe is awesome. I'm going to put all of his links in the description. I hope you guys go check him out. He sells a whole bunch of clubs. And also, I apologize for a lot of jump cuts. We were out there for an hour and a half or 2 hours just talking to this guy about golf clubs. And obviously, that's not going to make a good video, so I had to kind of chop it up best I could. I'm trying to keep in all the good information, the best camera angles, show Joe in the best light that I can. He's done a lot for me and several other golf friends of mine that as they were getting into the game. So I want to do what I can to try to show some support back to him. If you like this video, be sure to like it down below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can get more like this in the future. And if you want to see Jordan's progress in the game, if you want to see him, whether it be take a couple lessons or just some of his driving range stuff, or if y'all want to see his first round of golf, be sure to let me know down below, and I'll be sure to try to drag him out in the camera and get some of that stuff on film for you guys. All right, and let's jump right in the video.
So, okay. Drivers, there's more out there.
Yeah, we saw some.
There's a lot more out there. Woods and hybrids, there's wedges, there's putters in the back. Gotcha. And there's iron sets everywhere.
Okay.
And there's another 150 sets of irons in storage, so.
Oh crap.
Okay.
we
Yeah.
overbought, it's okay. In price range, where are we trying to stay, give or take?
For the whole bag, I don't know, 250, 280.
Okay.
And then he has a bag, so he doesn't need a bag to put it in. He just
Perfect.
needs the clubs.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
and we should be able to get right around there. I think the last two I did came out to 325.
Okay.
But they upgraded a tiny bit on a couple things. We've got some sets, like I've got a nice Wilson set of CI5s down there.
Okay.
They're like $95. They're in perfect condition. They're the ones with the heads that are like this bigger, so it's like
Yeah,
swinging a
massive
football
heads.
bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, the little plastic clubs that the kids hit with, it's almost like that. So guys like these. This is the O2 Big Bertha.
Okay.
It's, if you want a big cavity, I don't think there really is one with it's nothing but cavity. So you're really not going to get much performance out of these, but you're not looking for performance. You just want the sweet spot to be a little bit bigger. It's confusing with Callaway. Now this set, I think I have a shorter set than this. Fewer clubs, not.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 10 iron is actually the pitching wedge.
All right.
The W is the sand wedge.
Huh.
Weird.
Yeah, we don't try to explain it.
It's a fat cavity too.
This is the same thing as those.
Yeah, same set, just less clubs.
Oh, gotcha.
See, this one doesn't have the pitching wedge.
It's like 4 through 9.
Yeah, 4 to
that's
9.
correctable, and it'll keep the price down by doing this because we can put a reasonably priced pitching wedge in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Still get good irons out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this at least would keep the cost down a bit, but you're still getting the Callaways. I may have a spare wedge. I don't think so, but we can try to find out. But that's an option. The other option is that we've got some older Ping models. You know, we just have like old Ping I2s.
Yeah.
Great starter clubs.
You hear a lot of good stuff about those clubs.
They, you know, what's great about them is people still come in and ask for them, because it's kind of hard to believe for irons that are basically 30 years old.
Yeah.
So this is a 3 through a wedge. They're black dots, so we don't know exactly what his lie angle is, but at least that's neutral.
Yeah.
So for, you know, like for $95,
Yeah.
You know,
And what's that again? That's a 3-through pitching wedge?
It's a 3-through pitching wedge.
Yes, that's like a whole grip.
You know, they're in good shape. They've got the big faces with the high toe on them. It's for beginners. It gives you the confidence if you see a big face that you just can't miss it.
Right.
It doesn't necessarily make it easier to hit.
It doesn't mean you won't miss it.
No matter what you get, you still got to swing it.
Yeah.
Arguably the most popular iron model ever made. Wilson staff blade. You know, there's some others that are close. This arguably is the most popular model of irons ever made.
Nope.
They were made from, I think, 89 to 92. So for something 30 years old to still be popular.
For iron, yeah.
Okay, so here we've got a 5-through pitching wedge. So it's a shorter set and keep the price down a little.
Yeah.
Still a big cavity back.
Yeah.
These are designed for forgiveness. They weren't designed for performance. Don't tell TaylorMade I said that. I think they know that. The grips are actually in really good shape.
Well, I mean, that's what he needs is forgiveness clubs. He doesn't need performance clubs.
Definitely don't want these.
What do we got there?
This is the truest
Oh
of true blades. I mean, that's... Man, if you can hit
Yeah,
those, you're
there's
a better
no
person
forgiveness
than me.
on those things.
College so far, at least what I'm gathering, I kind of like the short set of Callaways. I like these, the older ones. Those just look like really efficient for a beginner.
Yeah.
And then of course the Mizunos seem pretty nice too. So
The most forgiving club that's going to be up here is going to be the Callaways.
yeah.
So we've got, these are Uniflex, which works perfectly fine. We can measure them to find out. This is the one that doesn't have the pitching wedge, but it's better to miss the pitching wedge than to miss the 6 or the 8 or the 9.
Yeah.
Something in the middle.
Not as vital. Yeah.
Yeah, the pitching wedge can be corrected. So let's get a measurement on this.
Yeah.
It probably is why I have it. Plus a half.
No, it's perfect. Hey, go figure.
So pitching wedge wise, depends on the exact model, but it'll typically be about 45 degrees.
Gotcha.
Gapper utility wedge or approach wedge, whatever they call it, it's about 50. Sand wedge is about 55. It'll vary just a touch.
Yeah.
So this is going to be an X18. 18. See if that's about, I'll measure it, make sure we're about right. If it's within a ½ inch for a starter set, it's
Yeah, that's no big deal.
Feels just a butt hair lower than the other ones, but I think it's probably like
it'll be a little bit shorter because it's
because
the
of
wedge.
what it is.
Yeah.
Feels fine then if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's a reasonably similar Callaway. It still has a big cavity on the back. It's designed for forgiveness, not for performance. And for $15.
No, can't beat it with a stick.
Yeah, and actually it's a pretty nice dry tack on it too.
Yeah.
Let's measure. Driver-wise, the RBZs are ultra popular. The R1s are ultra popular. We've got sliders. We've got arrow burners. We've got a bunch of clubs that are in that 80 to 95 range.
Okay.
Stiff always sells the fat. I know I have stiff and lefty. I don't know if that's going to do any good for you.
Everybody thinks they can hammer the ball.
Right.
Like, everybody thinks they can play golf and drill the ball until you're out there and you're watching people play and you're like, all of these guys are going to shoot 110 today.
Yeah.
All of them.
Price-wise, this is a good way to start. I forget when they made these, 09, I think.
Yeah.
I think this is the 09 model, something like that. It's a 3 hybrid. It's a standard 19-degree loft. It's the stock stiff shaft. Grip on it is still good. I want to measure, for some reason it looks a tiny bit long. But it's a 3 hybrid that people say it's supposed to be a substitute for the 3 iron, but honestly they run about 1 3/4 inches longer. Standard length is about 1 3/4 inches longer than a 3 iron.
Okay.
Could be 1.5, 2, depending on the model.
Gotcha.
If we do want to spend a little bit more on a hybrid, the way to go is for one of the M2s.
Okay.
You know, because we're in the $30 range there. We're at about 65 here. We can pick out whichever one of the ones looks the most attractive. But if you feel like you're going to be hitting it a lot, and honestly, you can hit this off the tee. You can hit it out of the rough.
Yeah.
You can do all kinds of things with these.
I want to have that one that I can really just rely on, you know?
Yeah. And this
Yeah.
is, these are just killers. That is an option if you don't mind spending a few more bucks. I've got, that's a ladies, I think this is a regular.
I mean, that's probably the flex he needs is a ladies.
We can keep the cost down here. you know, you need to have this glove. You need to have something not just with a little bit more loft around the ring, but you got to have something that's going to get out of the trap, because you're a beginner, you're going to be in a trap.
A lot, I'm sure, yeah.
Okay, so now this is going to be a white dot, so it's going to be a little different lie angle. That might be a better choice. I'm going to give you a grip for this one. If at some point you want to swap it out, at least you have one.
Right.
That grip's playable for a while.
But it's going to wear down over time.
It's got a little more. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. We're going to be the same. Try that one, see if it works a little better for you. I've got some in here that'll be a little bit better out of the sand, but I don't want to go that far with it. I still want them to be able to clip it off the turf. I want them to be able to use it around the green.
I like the Callaways.
And by the way, that's one of the wedge. That's the raw wedge that's supposed to.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like this. That's what I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like it's that worn in. It's just natural rustic kind of deal.
That might be a little better. It will be a little better out of the sand than this one. It'll be a little easier to use around the grain.
Yeah.
For an extra $10. This may be an option. If you like a mallet, we can go this way. I still think going for a blade is the best way to start.
Yeah.
So we've got like a Daytona, they're going to be in the 30s. This guy's going to be in the 30s. At least it's not that expensive to start out.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are ultra popular. These are, this is all of them down here too. This is a 2017 TaylorMade blade. For $45, if you want to spend a couple extra dollars, that's one that you may not need to upgrade if you decide to keep playing a blade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if you ever decide
if you need one that you can't miss, he's got this thing over here. This thing is huge.
Massive.
It's a novelty. It's all it is.
Yeah. That's a prop.
And then what are these? These are cool. These like wooden ones?
Yeah, they're not antiques. They're reproductions.
Reproduction antiques.
But they were actually made in St. Andrews. They're cool. Some collector's gonna want them.
Yeah.
Someone will put it up on a wall in a restaurant or something.
No actual purpose for them, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So now, if you did want to go with a mallet, this is about as popular of a beginner putter as there is.
The 2-ball.
This is the last one.
Wow.
It's got the old school kind of smooth grip to it. But in terms of alignment, that is, I think, the easiest one for beginners.
This is more along the lines of what I've putted with in the past. And
they're super popular. That 2-ball is a classic.
Yeah, this is not a pat on the back moment. We had probably 15 of them in here at one point. I think he's a great option.
Let's do that.
And these are some weird putters you got here.
Lucite.
Yeah, and then whatever this thing is, like.
I'll tell you what, this may not have.
And this thing is so weird.
That's resin. I'll tell you what, these lucite putters, I bet you, are pretty solid. Now, they're not going to have a soft feel. I mean, it's basically the ball's going to be hitting metal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's going to sound and probably feel a little unpleasant. These things are balanced so well, I bet you they actually aren't bad putters. Yeah, there's some weird stuff here, man. We have an old zebra down here. We get the old Titleist dead centers in every once in a while. We get Scotty Camerons, and they usually just come in on trade with a whole bag of clubs or something. We typically don't buy those because we never make enough money on them to make it worthwhile.
Pretty consistent.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's an Odyssey putter to begin with.
Balls, I don't think you can beat that with a stick.
Yeah.
So, I said 110, 125, 155, 200, 295 would be 360. I'll take it down a few more bucks. We'll get you a little closer to 3. Let's just say.
I got 320 in cash.
What he said.
Yeah. All right.
Pretty sure I've got exactly 320. Let me double check.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what. You need a glove. I'll just give him a glove.
Okay.
Got big hands too.
320.
Perfect.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. No,
Cool.
Thanks for taking the time to show me too.
Before that, we get the.
I brought him because I'm like, look, I don't know
ready.
this guy. I'm sure he'll do a good deal. Let me bring a guy that actually knows.
Yeah, we appreciate everything. I appreciate you letting me film too. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Where can people find you online?
Okay. So the eBay store is stores.ebay.com/TraderGuy240.
Okay.
That'll be changing at some point. It'll end up being / Dudes Clubs. We're in the process of finishing that all off.
Okay.
Name of the store is Dudes Clubs. Dudesclubs.com website is in process. You can go to it. You'll see that we're working on it right now. You can come in here to Dudes Club, 725 Atlantic Boulevard, number 17. It's on the back of the building in Atlantic Beach. You can call me, 904-535-3814. If you call me Joe, that's fine. If you call me Dude, I'll give you a few bucks off. You can see that we have absolutely everything here. There might even be more coming in next week. There won't be more iron sets, but there's going to be more stuff coming next week. We've got a lot of M Series drivers. We have numbers 1 all the way through 6 here. We get Rogues, we get Epics. We don't get the newest models, but we can get awfully close. If M6 works for you, then late 19 is about as new as we can get. And all I can promise you is that you'll have a good time, and make sure to call me Dude.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
Well, what is this?
This golf garbage.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're growing up, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm
Get you
trying.
into a real big boy golf sport.
Yeah, real golf. Man's golf.
All right, so we wanted to hit the driving range. We're running out of time. Jordan's got to be at work in a couple hours. I got to be at work in a couple hours. So it is what it is. Pretty much going to wrap this video up here. And then hopefully soon we'll be able to take these out to the range and smash a few balls, see how that goes. If you want to see that video, be sure to hit the hit the subscribe button down below. I suck at YouTube sometimes. But be sure to like this video if you like it. Be sure to subscribe down below and come back for more videos in the future, guys. All right, thank you.